Hey everyone and welcome. So today we're going to dive into this really cool visual puzzle. Basically, how do you get something incredibly complex from something super simple? Let's just jump right in and look at the final product first.
All right, just take a look at this. I mean, wow. It's this dizzying web of lines and circles, a beautiful, intricate structure that feels almost infinite. It's a lot to take in, right? It feels almost overwhelming. So the big question we're asking here is, where does something this complex even begin?
Okay, so to figure this out, we've got to go backwards. We're going to peel back all those layers of complexity and go right back to the very beginning to find that one simple starting point, the seed, if you will, for this whole geometric universe. And here it is. I know it seems totally impossible, but that whole cosmic web we were just looking at, it all comes from this one single elegant shape. The difference is just stunning, isn't it? This right here, this is our blueprint, our sort of foundational atom.
Okay, so if we want to understand the big picture, we've got to understand this little piece first. So let's zoom in, let's decode this blueprint and see what it's really made of.
The foundation of this thing is actually pretty fascinating. You can see it's framed completely by these smooth, intersecting circles and arcs, and that's what gives it that soft outer edge and that kind of flowing feel.
But then, look what's happening inside that smooth frame. Tucked inside all those circles, you find this rigid, geometric skeleton. Yeah, you can see them plain as day. Squares, triangles, their sharp angles and straight lines are a total contrast to those outer curves. And that mix, that's the key.
You can almost picture how you'd build this, right? First, you'd start with those basic circles. Then you pop the main shapes right inside them. After that, you just start adding all those connecting lines between the important points, and boom, you get this dense little web on the inside. It's all just a logical, step-by-step process.
Okay, so we've taken our little seed apart. Now for the really cool part. Let's see how this one little blueprint builds something so much bigger. This is where we see the real power of repetition. And here it is. This is that aha moment. On the left, you've got our single seed, and on the right, the first bloom. You see what's happening, right? Our original shape is just being copied, turned a little, and layered on top of itself. It's not some new, crazy complicated design. It's just the same simple design over and over again. And that really gets to the heart of this whole thing. It boils down to one simple but really powerful idea. Repetition creates complexity. You take one basic rule, you apply it again and again and again, and that's how you get that absolutely breathtaking result.
So now that we're in on the secret, the simple seed and the rule of repetition, let's zoom all the way out and look at the final creation again. I think we're going to see this whole universe form in a totally new light.
Yeah, looking at this image again, your whole perspective has shifted, hasn't it? You're not just seeing some random complex pattern anymore. You can actually start to pick out those individual little units we started with. Every single one of them, which used to be our entire focus, is now just one tiny piece of this much bigger picture, like a cell in a huge organism.
And this is it. Our final destination, that image that looked so chaotic and, well, impossible at the start, it's totally demystified now. It's not random at all. It's a system. It's the totally logical, beautiful result of one simple idea just taking off. So, we've broken it down, we've built it back up. Now let's just step back for a second and think about the art of all this complexity. I mean, what are we really looking at here? When it comes down to it, what you see is all about perspective. Is it like a pure math diagram showing some complicated formula? Or maybe it's a blueprint for some incredible glass dome? Could it just be digital art, something that's just beautiful to look at? Or what if it's a map of some hidden system in nature? Like a crystal growing or even a neural network.
The truth is, it could be any of those things or all of them. What really matters is the universal truth it shows us, that from a simple pattern, a whole world can just emerge. It's like from one single seed, an entire forest can grow.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big question. We've figured out the secret to this one pattern, but it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other hidden patterns are out there, all around us, in music, in nature, maybe even in our own lives, just waiting for us to unlock them?